Not Lita. Oh.
I wasn't sure myself, so I didn't want to go down that path, but you took the leap.
You know how many
sometimes
you know how many pro gamers are in my head and how many hairstyles I have to memorize. Like,
exactly.
You guys got to get over it.
Well, here's Squirtle. He's 4-5, 1-3 against Protoss. Not the best results, but you know it's hard to really base your opinion on how this game is going to turn out based on the results. I mean, you can see even over here for PartinG, he's 1-4 in PvP. Definitely his worst matchup here in Pro League as well. But overall, doing a bit better. He's got that northeast arrow on the results compass.
Look at his face. Look how stressed he is.
Yep. He's bouncing up and down.
That's why I don't think he's going to win this. Look at him just like spamming in the chat. Life is like a maze. Life. I'm just amazed when I'm flipping through the pages. That's what the description of maze says on the Korean server here.
That's weird. It would have been better if we had Life playing on this map, but he just played recently, so that's good.
This is created by Jackie, by the way, a famous map maker in Korea. Let's go into our third Protoss versus Protoss on Maze. SKT's behind. Can PartinG tie it up? Or are we going to see a quick 2-0 for Incredible Miracle?
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the blue, in the top right on Maze, it is Squirtle.
And to the top right in the blue. Oh, no, excuse me, backwards. To the top left in the orange. It's PartinG.
I just gave you this look of like, what? Well, Tyson Gupta, you are handsome.
It's the SKT song.
The GG Girls, yes, it is their song from their commercial. Oh, we're going to have a pause. Something going on with Squirtle.
And looks like the issue is simple.
How can you tell?
I mean, he just said like one thing and then the guy like turned away, so.
Oh, okay.
It seems to be a simple issue.
Yeah. Well, he will get a warning.
Yeah, I think he will because I think it was a hotkey issue based on what just happened.
Yeah. I mean, if it was something with his computer or something with the lights or something else like that, like, you know, it would be excused. But this is something that, like you said, it doesn't seem like it's much. So probably something going on with him. Happy 10th
Esports
birthday.
will never die. Well, you know what they say, man. StarCraft 2 dead game. What's dead might never die.
Yeah.
I like that sign though. A lot of support for SKT in the esports scene in Korea, not just in StarCraft, but in other games as well. And a lot of esports teams, and so you know, send them your thanks. That guy,
this mascot man,
he's doing it.
He's doing the dance.
I don't know what it is, but he's doing it.
I like this actually. I love the fact this mascot came down. He should be here every time that SKT plays.
Used to be. Maybe he will be from now on.
He's still dancing. This guy's full of energy.
I'm checking, by the way, to confirm what the issue is.
While we continue to see this mascot dancing.
Oh, he's feeling a bit hot. He's like, oh, shit, I've just been dancing all day. I'm so tired, but I'm going to do the simpler version.
You guys see that man in the suit? Oh, he just went off camera. Unfortunately, you guys will not get to find out who that is. But anyway, looks like we're going back in this game, but seems like someone's going to drop here.
He paused it again.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
And that's definitely a warning.
Well, he paused it without it requesting a pause, but I think everything's going to be fine. I'm not sure. Again, I requested an update for the information, so hopefully that comes through to us pretty soon. And PartinG does not seem fazed by this like at all.
Yeah. He still looks stressed, though.
By the way, oh my god, he has 160 minerals without making his first pylon in the game. So maybe there's actually a pretty big dispute about whether or not this game needs to be restarted, because I didn't even look at that. Like, he has 160 minerals, so like if they make him play this game right now,
that's you're playing PvP.
Yeah.
You can't be down like not having made a probe. That just won't work.
Well, on this map, maybe he can like do like a 9 Nexus and like still be fine. But
Maybe he like knocks down the rocks with his probes.
he's like, well, I mean, I don't know, I can do this. PvP is like the one matchup I feel like where if you're behind like this on a map like this, like maybe you could come back. We saw, who was it who almost threw away a game? Paralyzed versus Younghwa. He like defended a cannon rush and like almost proceeded to throw the game away. On I think it was even like Habit. No, it was Frost. It was Frost. It's like one of those weird games where you're like, wow, how did you let him come back like that? Still won the game in the end, but PvP is a weird matchup like that. It's so easy to defend with the Mothership Core and Immortals and Colossi, and it's just hard to kill somebody. Got to hit some really specific timings.
Yeah.
PartinG's keeping his hands warmed up, by the way, if you wonder why he looks like a clapping monkey right now. He's not actually trying to do tricks. He's just like trying to make sure his body and his mind stays sharp.
It's actually very hard if you think about it. For you guys who have not tried it, if you're just fans like watching esports, you don't really play much StarCraft. If you are sitting in a chair, it doesn't matter how comfortable it is, what kind of computer chair, what kind of crazy technology is in the chair, in your
I don't care if you like play on a massage
in your
chair,
mouse
like,
pad, like it does not matter. If you're sitting down for that amount of time a day, like hunched over, spamming keys, if you think about it, you know, you have to keep stressed, you have to keep your body healthy in order to perform at your highest ability, which is why a lot of these teams actually encourage their players to go do exercise, to go out and play some sports in their off time.
Yeah.
Because if this is your job to basically play the sport of, you know, an esport on a computer, like
long delay here, and we're going back into the game.
And here we go. We are back. One of the Korean casters says bump, 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 bump.
Yeah. So
Started the game.
top left is orange, is PartinG, and top right is Squirtle in the blue. To remind you guys who might have either tuned in late or just couldn't remember.
Well, there was a question, I believe, to you on Twitter for you newer guys of watching StarCraft, what the P1, P11 mean in the top of the screen. It just means at the 1 o'clock location on a clock on the map, we do have Squirtle, the Protoss player, which is why it is a P. So it is P1. And, of course, for PartinG, that's P11 because he's at the 11 o'clock location. And he is too Protoss, so it's P11.
Yep. So that's what that means. I remember back in my StarCraft one day, I watched like a whole season. I think the MSL. I don't remember the first StarCraft 1 tournament I watched, to be honest, because I was watching a lot of stuff back then. I just remember the first tournament I watched a whole season without knowing what it meant. And I always had these different theories. I'm like, oh, well, he must be the 11th Protoss on the roster. And until one day I was just like, oh, those are clock face now. Ah, I see.
Yeah. Well, once you find out about it, you're like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense, which is why they do use it. So
it's pretty obvious, yeah. A lot of standard, procedures and rules in Korean StarCraft, like the way we had that handled pause, the way that he typed PP exactly before the pause happened, the way that all the teams have the same colors.
Yeah, that's something that actually came around in round 2. We had each team have a standardized color. So, IM is always going to be blue and SKT is always going to be orange.
And Facebook is always going to be purple.
In your mind. Forever.
So, we're not spawning at cross spawns here. They got horizontal spawns. We had this yesterday too. Both players went Nexus first, and then Stats defended a Blink Stalker timing. But Stargate for Squirtle. Would not be surprised to see the same from PartinG. Although he's more of a Blink Stalker guy himself. Oh, he's doing a Nexus here. He's going for an expand.
Oh my god. On this map, you can actually get away with this. You can put down the rocks. You have a lot of things to defend. To help you defend is what I'm trying to say. Put down the rocks. You can buy yourself a lot of time here. We saw Stats do it. We're gonna see him do it here, PartinG.
Well, it's gonna be a long time before these two players identify, what they need to do. Oh, actually, this probe here. Could it be? No. He doesn't scout it. He sees the Mothership Core killing the rocks, but that's not a big enough tell. That's not a for sure tell. It's a hint. He doesn't know that the Nexus is being made. Yep. As you can see, Squirtle is killing his rocks too, despite the fact that he's not going for a fast Nexus.
This is what I wanted to see actually out of PartinG was a follow-up Stargate, because he knows this is possible. He's like, well, I can protect my front, but I also need to protect for other Stargate units that are coming. So if he goes Oracle, I can make a Phoenix. By the time the Oracle gets to my base, I will have a Phoenix up. Should be able to defend.
Yeah. Let's see if he starts it right away. He does.
He's got this map planned out. I have to say, the Pro League players are definitely practicing this map before playing it.
This is no coincidence. Yeah. I'm really happy about that because I was concerned that might not be the case. But all right, how many kills? 1 kill. And there's the overcharge. Probe's actually pulled, and there's the Phoenix. That's it. 1 kill, that's it. And now he's been countered build-wise. And you notice immediately Squirtle starts a Twilight Council. He's like, uh-oh, I'm probably going to have to go charge Zealot Archon here. But it's going to be pretty tough to win with charge Zealot Archon on this map. I wonder if PartinG has decided, like, okay, this is an air map. Like, there's too many rocks, there's too many ways to obstruct the ground. I'm just going to go air, go Void Rays, get Phoenixes out to control before that, and then go Tempest. Seen this before on other maps.
I mean, it's definitely true. Right? You have these fast Phoenixes that can run around the map, and rather than just try to go around these rocks, you can just avoid all of that and get a really big air army and possibly go for that. Although he does stop for now after 2 Phoenixes and throws down a Robo.
Yeah, he saw that there's no more Phoenix production out of his opponent, so he's going to also transition to ground. Probe gets picked off here, and he's be careful with that Phoenix control, because there's the Mothership using that overcharge. All Phoenixes do survive.
That 1 Phoenix getting a little bit low, but it is going to survive. Blink on the way for Squirtle right now. He's going to make a large amount of Stalkers and just get it as a defensive maneuver right now.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he's going to add a ton of gates and try to attack. It seems suicidal.
Yeah.
It's counterintuitive to the way the map works.
It's also like, yeah, that's what I was going to say. This map is just so huge. Getting a probe all the way across the map with 3 Phoenixes on the map for your opponent is just, like, incredibly hard. I feel like he just wants to stabilize and get a very big, well, not very big, but a bunch of Stalkers with Blink control of your base.
Well, that Phoenix is getting picked off. Almost. Quite. Ooh.
Does pick off another Phoenix there.
Yep, so 2 left. Blink is done here for Squirtle, but it's not going to be too useful, I would say. Even against a small Phoenix count like this. I think he maybe thought more Phoenixes were going to be committed to, because now he's got this tech that's not so useful. Yeah, you can blink over the rocks, but you do that, then you oftentimes get yourself cornered where you can't really micro back, and you're fighting an army that's right in your face. The Immortal count is now much better for PartinG. And he's getting now the +1 upgrade, he's getting his own Twilight Council, making more Immortals. I like PartinG's position a lot here because he also still has these Phoenixes floating around that are still useful, unlike the Blink Stalkers, which, to be honest, don't really have a ton of use right now.
Yeah, I think what you said before about him, you know, he was just playing defensive. He thought the Phoenixes were going to be more in bulk, so he's like, okay, I gotta defend against this because he can really go air. I feel like maybe Squirtle was reading a little bit into PartinG the way you were, where he's like, oh, PartinG could actually go, you know, air toss here, and it would be very effective on this map. So I'm just going to counter right away with the Blink. But unfortunately, PartinG reading that Squirtle may have been going for this, scouting that Twilight Council, he's like, oh, I'll just drop a Robo and get a bunch of Immortals and get ahead of you on the ground.
Templar Archives goes up with 4 gates for PartinG, is adding a cannon. Sometimes when you see this, like, gates going up in a cannon, it's kind of like, all right, are you going to move out and you have the cannon there just for defense against counter warpins, harassment, zealot drops in the main? I think he might actually move out with a bunch of charged zealots, possibly +2 in Archons. Charge is going up counter-wise, of course, for Squirtle. Just adding a few more gateways here himself. And it could just be that both of them want to power up to make an army that is going to be needed to defend a possible 3rd Nexus.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that timing that PartinG does have, I mean, he's going to see all of these gateways going down, and he's going to know exactly what his opponent is doing. But a timing that he does have, because he's ahead, and he probably knows also that he's ahead in upgrades, he can go with the charge and the +2, go with a very big charge of the Archon army, as well as those Immortals, and it will be very, very strong.
And Busu is here. Oh my god.
Everybody's here, man. Everybody's coming down to the Pro League studio.
I just like a little bit surprised Bisu's here. Wow. I saw him earlier on TV, and I was like, oh, look, there's Bisu on TV. Now he's in the studio. one of the most handsome pro gamers to have ever lived.
Of all time.
All time. He's gonna like there'll still be like pictures of him on the internet when he's like in his 50s and people say he's sexy. That's BC man. All right, third Nexus goes down while PartinG pokes. Let's see exactly what he gets done here. I think this is just going to be a scare tactic where he tries to put Squirtle on the defensive, and then he's just going to keep back with his third base. I wonder if we will see Colossi at all for either of these players, because Tempests are hard to counter that on this map, like super hard. I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like either player is leaning that way just yet. I really want to see PartinG be very aggressive once this +2 hits. I feel like he could definitely take a big fight as long as he has the positioning. It seems like he may just go for it. If he gets a good scout on the army of Squirtle, he may be a bit more aggressive here. He has so many chargelets, 15 right now against the 6 of Squirtle.
All right, here we go. Rock's being taken out here. He's going to go for it, it looks like. I mean, he is really putting on the pressure. If he can trap Squirtle into his natural, then he can send some units over to kill the third base without actually committing to a fight. Notice that PartinG has this arc of pylons throughout the middle of the map, all over the place, ready for warp ends. Yep. He's going to need some warp ends at home. He warps in 5 to combat 4. Some fake Archons here at the front to help tank a little bit. This is scaring again. Squirtle forces a time warp here. This is not really the bulk of his actual army. He's going to kill these rocks. And here we go. He's going to fight into the choke point. So many fake Archons to tank here. The real guards at the back actually not doing their damage. Once the Immortals close the gap, he should be able to push his way through here. Double lift on those Immortals here by the Phoenixes. And PartinG, can he break through? It looks like he very well may. He's got those Zealots now coming in from the high ground. And I think he's done it, Brendan.
Looks like he has done it. The time warp's so good. The blink just not going to help Squirtle at all. He has killed this Nexus back at home, but he's just got no army right now. You can see Squirtle lifting his hand off his keyboard to his mouth. Not happy with this one.
No, he's not. And, you know, turns out I was wrong. PartinG is going to take this in full form. Goodbye, Templar Archives. And that's, I mean, this harassment, this counterattack back at home, is it really going to get him back into the game? I don't think so, because his army is too small. If PartinG walks home, he wins. He traps all the probes here, too. Oh, well. He still gets
it. Breaks the force field with his Archon, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
PartinG running away with some probes there. He has that third Nexus, and Squirtle doesn't look like he's really mining from his third Nexus, so PartinG looks like he will take this one.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way Squirtle wins this game. I mean, look at all the PartinG pylons littered across the map that I talked about earlier. It's just so much to kill. He has 900 minerals still on the map. He still has 25 probes, and he's still mining versus just the 2 probes right now that are mining for Squirtle. If he loses those, then he's got nothing to fall back on. And they're actually both in a very obvious location. It's not like he's got one hidden where he can maybe make an assimilator on the other side of the map. And PartinG holds here. And this is going to be the last fight. All he has to do is clean up these Zealots. With all the Archons he has, should be pretty easy. GG.
He has done it. He's tied it up 1-1. PartinG taking a very big PvP match here. SKT is in this match. And you know, another PvP on this map, Maze, as we see more and more of this, they get more and more interesting. Very cool games so far.
Very cool dance there again from the SK mascot. Fist pumps, doing a dance.
Yep. And PartinG says, 10th anniversary, I'm here for SKT. SK Telecom is my team.
It's his team, and a good win. Playing the map very well. The timings for defending the Oracle, that was really nice. That was really well thought out. He was not afraid. Yeah, not afraid to drop the overcharge and just